Mortal Kombat, right? I feel like it's been a while since I've sat here and like actually recorded a video, like a discussion video like this. I feel like it's been a good while. The last one I made did pretty good on YouTube. I was telling everybody about how bad the update for Homelander was, and it was pretty bad, but it gave me the idea, right? It gave me the idea to go back and look at all of the Mortal Kombat 1 Combat Pack characters and their updates so far. The best and worst of Mortal Kombat 1's Combat Pack 1. Now we still have Takeda that's dropping July 23rd along with Farah, so it's going to be a very jam-packed day, so make sure you guys drop a follow because we're probably going to be live on YouTube as well as Twitch when Takeda and Farah drop. Let me just explain how this video is going to work. I'm not only ranking the characters as far as, you know, how good they are and putting them in a tier list. I'm not putting them in my favorite categories and stuff like that. What I'm basically basing this on is how good the update itself was, what content did it bring, how smoothly did it run, how good was the character, all of that, everything, the trailer, all of it's going to be factored in to how good the update was. What did it do for the game? How did it hurt the game? Did it help the game? Stuff like that. So make sure you guys are following me on my Twitch and my YouTube. Like I said, I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube so that I can get monetized. And then when I get monetized, it's going to be a lot more YouTube content coming here. There's going to be regular streams and stuff like that because I'm going to be getting my PC soon. Speaking of my other platforms, follow my Twitter, which is down in the description, or follow me on X, whatever you call it. I mean, goddamn. Follow my Patreon because I do anime reactions. There's going to be a lot of anime reactions coming soon. A lot of them are free right now because I haven't been consistent because there's a lot going on with gaming right now as far as like Mortal Kombat, Elden Ring, multiverses. I don't really know if people still play that, but yeah, there's a lot going on there. And then make sure you follow my Twitch as well. Okay, I'm done with all the fuck. Jesus Christ, I feel like I've been doing it for a while, right? All right, let's get to the video. So first, I want to rank these. All right, so we're gonna go through the 5 people that have came out so far, and let me make sure I'm not missing nobody. Let me get some water. So we're gonna rank these 5 to 1. And who is the worst? We're gonna kick it off with what's most recent, unfortunately, the worst update in Mortal Kombat 1 as far as our combat pack goes. We're gonna talk about the Homelander update. Now, unfortunately, the problem with this is coming into Mortal Kombat 1, Homelander was the most hyped, at least I believe he was the most hyped character coming in Mortal Kombat Pack 1. Even the way they revealed him in the Combat Pack 1 trailer shows you that this was their guy. This is what they wanted everybody to sink their teeth into, was Homelander. We all thought he was going to be the last one released because of how they presented him. Originally, we thought that people were going to be released as they were shown on screen. Nah, that wasn't the case. So we get to Homelander's update and everybody's, you know, really excited because we just came off the Ermac update, and I feel like they kind of got excited off of that previous update and we're really just trying to keep the ball rolling, and it really showed because Homelander was so unfinished and had so many issues with his character, it wasn't even funny. If we're talking about just the character Homelander, first off, if we're just talking about the character, he doesn't have Anthony Starr voice acting him. Now, I've seen The Boys, probably like half of the show. I haven't seen like the second half. I'm like on season 2 episode 6, so I've seen like okay amount of Anthony Starr. He does sound like Anthony Starr, but there's certain points where he doesn't, so you know that kind of already was a sour taste in people's mouth. Pause, maybe, I don't know, that we weren't getting Anthony Starr to voice Homelander. I also think his design looks pretty cool. He looks a little off though. I feel like he could have looked better, and that's just really nitpicking. You know, we're not too worried about that. So let's talk about the gameplay of Homelander. Well, we had so many fucking issues. We had his super meter was not being used on the combos that should have been using super meter. That's a big fucking deal. We had an issue where if you enter his Flight of God stance or whatever it's called and you cancel out of it, you can slide and block on the stage and move at the same time, and you get a movement buff. That wasn't supposed to happen. We had an infinite block string in the corner, so if you go into flight mode and just press the 4 button over and over and over, people would be jammed up to where it would basically be they would have to get hit and then use their armor attack. You can literally do it and chip somebody out for 30 seconds to end a round. Wasn't supposed to be like that. And I'm sure there are other issues that was going on with Homelander. I probably just can't think of them right now, but there's probably at least 4 or 5 different issues with Homelander. Oh yeah, there's the other one. A lot of his combos since he was actually floating when he was just normally standing, not his flight mode, but in his normal stance mode. I know like things for Reptile wouldn't work because he was slightly levitated off the ground, so it would kind of mess up combos for him, and people actually had to learn combos for Homelander because they just weren't working. He also had an issue where he would kind of bug the screen out when he would get hit in combos. The screen shake would be insane, especially when it comes to Omni Man. Ani? Yeah, so listen, there was a litany, a list, literally a CVS receipt of issues that Homelander had. It was fucking insane. And I was actually surprised when he came out that early because it was fucking early. Not to mention that, but also who was supposed to drop with Homelander, Farah, did not drop. Farah was absolutely like, had issues from the jump. Even when they showed the preview of Homelander versus Melina, we seen the issues that Farah, for whatever reason, as Homelander was getting hit, was able to still get a cameo off even though he was being hit, and it just completely canceled him out of his animation of being hit and literally just started a full combo for him. So obviously Farah has issues, which now Farah is going to be released with Takeda. So now Takeda's update looks like it's going to be even better. And also the season update itself, not a lot of changes were made. It had a lot of shitty nerfs. I believe there was a whole bunch of just health negation nerfs to like Chameleon. A lot of characters weren't touched, like Johnny. Not a lot of real changes, and it really left the game in a bad state. Oh, I forgot to fucking mention Cyrax. How did I forget that? Cyrax got reverted to how he was in the beginning of the game. Now in Final Combat, it wasn't a huge deal. Just how of all cameos, how do you fuck that up? Like, what happened? It was absolutely terrible. So for that, I just don't want to go on and on with it. Oh yeah, and there's, for whatever reason, there's only like 6 to 7 characters that have skins for just seasonal items. Everybody else just has random gear pieces. Anyways, that's it. I'm done. Seriously, that's it. That was obviously the worst update. Moving on to number 4, we are going to have Quan Chi. Quan Chi's update was, it was kind of odd because it wasn't terrible. Quan Chi's trailer was not bad. He was bad when he first dropped, but that has no effect on whether, you know, the update itself was good. The character does not have to be good in S tier for it to be a good update. As we'll see later on. He was very fun to play, and that's what matters. I don't care if the character is S tier and he's fun. I don't care if he's fucking D tier and he's fun. As long as the character is fun and represents how he's supposed to be played, and you know, a cool representation of Quan Chi is what we wanted, and I believe we got it. I think his gameplay is amazing. I might be a little biased because here recently I've picked up Quan Chi, and honestly he's like my favorite character in the game, but for whatever reason, I guess Sonic Fox thinks that Quan Chi is the worst character in the game, and I do not believe that, but I will be dropping a tier list soon, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. One of the really good things is Quan Chi update, I believe, brought Chameleon to the game. Yeah, he did. And Chameleon was added to the game, and that might have been the best thing to happen in the Quan Chi update. Other than Quan Chi himself, it was Chameleon actually sped the game up a huge amount. Even though Chameleon is like the best cameo in the game, it still made the game a lot more fun, a lot more fast-paced, very offensive. Not like offensive like racism. I didn't know what else to say. I'm a nigga, so I was like, fuck it, racism, right? But yeah, not like offensive, you know what I mean? Less deep, okay, y'all get it. But I think it helped the game. It sped it up, and it made some characters that were very bad, Sub-Zero, you know, really helped them out to be viable in almost any matchup. And I think that is one of the best things that Chameleon did have a lot of issues though with, like, that's when we got all those fucking desync issues, man, and that was rough. And honestly, that was the main reason I kind of like it's like, okay, it's kind of getting on my nerves that I can't finish a fucking rank set. And Quan Chi, you know, I was having a very hard time with him, and I wanted to play him, and it wouldn't work, and then I would get desynced. Yeah, so the best thing out of that update was Chameleon, obviously. But yeah, for that, and Quan Chi's trailer was okay, but it's not like a huge knock because these next 3 that you're gonna see, obviously, I just think they were just a little bit better done. Next, I'm gonna have to say Omni Man. I kind of went back and forth with this between Omni Man and, you know, having him at 3 or 2, but now that I'm actually looking at it, Omni Man's trailer was amazing. I think Omni Man actually had the best trailer out of anybody in Mortal Kombat 1. Even Homelander up to this point, I think he's had the best trailer. Shit. Getting J.K. Simmons as the voice actor, I think Omni Man just looks amazing. I think he's great. I think his gameplay is great. I don't remember too many issues. I know there was like a couple like tech issues. Like I know if he would jump and like dash backwards, that Omni Man would like kind of just pull his opponent in. I don't know if that ever got fixed or changed or anything, but it wasn't like anything game breaking. Also, Omni Man had the benefit of riding the wave of the game just coming out, and he did not take long to come out at all. I also think his gameplay is not too hard, which is important, because you don't want your character to be too hard when it comes out, especially when the game just came out, because there's a lot of casual players, and when I say casual players, not like they're fucking like like little fucking kids. I mean, most of them are, but it's like they're people that play the game as the game comes out. There's some people that play the game only like for a month, even maybe just a week or 2 after the game comes out, and then they won't play it again until like their fucking friend comes over and they're like, hey, I got Mortal Kombat, and you only play it like maybe 10 times in your life. You know, you could pick up Omni Man and pretty much learn him within like 15-20 minutes. It's really good. The problem with Omni Man is he came with maybe the worst cameo release like out of all of them. Honestly, the only one that's worse, actually, yeah, definitely is worse, is because Homelander didn't have a cameo drop with him at all, and he desperately needed it. But obviously, the thing is, I'm sorry, I don't remember too much about Omni Man because it was like a while ago. That was like over a year ago, damn near over a year ago when Omni Man dropped. Probably, I don't know. I might be like putting it off way, like dating it way too far back. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's hard for me to remember if there was like any issues or anything like that, but just solid all around. It's like the happy medium of all these updates. Next, I'm gonna say coming in number 2 is Peacemaker. Now, Peacemaker, I think Peacemaker is definitely the best character out of all these, like as far as like tier lists. He might be the best character in the game. And that was seen very, very early on because Peacemaker was nerfed 1 week within being released. It's because he had like a great extender where he could basically do like his forward, 4-1 into a gunshot into Striker or Kano, and he could loop it to the point where he could go and get like, I believe like a 50 to 60% combo, and he could basically get that off pretty easily and not using a whole bunch of meter. So obviously that had to be fixed. I understand that. I wouldn't say that was like a game-breaking issue, but if it was, it took them less time to fix it than it did with even Homelander. So yeah, I don't mind them fixing that, and they were really on top of their game there. I think this was a big change for Mortal Kombat 1. It was a big deal to make sure this update was good, based off the fact that Peacemaker was delayed. He was delayed, I believe like a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks or something like that. And it was coming off the Quan Chi update, which kind of fell flat, and there was a huge gap in time where there was not a whole bunch of new content added to Mortal Kombat. So when Peacemaker dropped, I know some people didn't have the highest hopes for him, but I think his gameplay exceeded my expectations, and I think Peacemaker is very fun. I just haven't played him in a while, but I think Peacemaker is very fun. I had my hard times with him, obviously, but that doesn't matter, right? I'm just letting you know that I fucking struggle. Another thing that is very interesting and was a good point is he brought Janet Cage to the game. Janet Cage is probably the most universal cameo aside from Chameleon in the game, because she basically extends combos very, very easily, and I think she I know she's gotten nerfed like a lot, but like I said, she's just a cameo you can throw on any character, and it just gives them so many different options, out of throw combos, meterless combos and stuff like that. I know for Quan Chi, Janet is amazing because he just allows you to give Quan Chi time to set up, and I know there's so many other characters that she allows those same rewards, I guess, awards, abilities. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically Peacemaker. I think Peacemaker was very solid, and yeah, I didn't have any other issues with that, other than the fact that he was delayed, and he did get nerfed pretty quickly. You know, that's pretty much it. I don't think there was many issues with the Peacemaker update, and the trailer was very funny too. But like I said, the biggest thing for Peacemaker is he exceeded expectations, but not like this motherfucker. This motherfucker had high expectations and exceeded expectations, because coming in at #1 is the Ermac update. And you can argue that Ermac was the most hyped character coming into Mortal Kombat Pack 1. The only issue with Ermac was that he's just ugly as fuck. And that's the only issue Ermac really has in this update. That's the only thing. I believe the Ermac update brought the most amount of changes to the roster itself. I believe with the Ermac update, we got the changes to Scorpion and Rain, and who else was it that got changed? Scorpion, Rain, fuck, I cannot think of the last one. Reptile. We got those extra moves added and stuff like that. So many different characters got buffs and nerfs and stuff like that. It was just a huge change to like the whole base roster, which really like changed the tone of the game. And I wish NetherRealms paid attention to this, because what they did in that update is what needed to be replicated once again on the Homelander update, and they just didn't deliver. I understand they had Final Combat coming up and they didn't want to change the whole scheme of the game right before then, but you ended up doing it anyway because you fucked up. And I think they need to just get back to just look at this update, look at what you did, how it was delivered, and just try to replicate this. I'm praying that Takeda is much like this update, because Ermac, for one, is very, very fun to play. Some people will argue that his MKX version is more fun, which I wouldn't debate you on that. I just think in this game, Ermac brings like this hyper active ninja, like no pun intended, no pun intended. But he just brings this pace to the game, and playing Ermac is so fun because you just feel like you just on fucking crack, and that's what I love. I love feeling like I'm on crack. No, no, I don't know what it feels like to. Come on, I don't know what it feels like. Imagine it's something like Ermac, crack of your ass. All right, TJ, just stick to the video. Anyways, yeah, Ermac was insane. He brought so many cancels to the game, and I really was hoping we were gonna get like more characters to get like cancels added to them and stuff like that, because I think it would just make a whole bunch of a whole bunch of characters like way more cool. Also, he brought Movado to the game. Movado is probably next to Janet, like one of those cameos that just do amazing things. The fucking trap setup is amazing for like characters like Shao Kahn, and really opened up the game for Havoc. I know Movado Kenshi is just insane. I think that's also a really good team. And Movado also does the same things that Janet does. Just opens up a lot of things for other characters that need it. One of the things I like to do with Kung Lao is the cameo where he comes in like off screen. I love that like effect of how he just comes in and off the screen. Like Movado does some crazy shit, and I know he had to be nerfed or whatever, but I mean, everybody gets fucking nerfed. I don't remember Ermac. Did Ermac get any nerfs? Man, just imagine if they like buffed Ermac and then we found the routes to Ermac with Janet. This motherfucker would have been like doing literally like 60% combos, because I think I had like a 41 wait, did I have like a 51% combo, something like that? And also Ermac really brought back, the biggest thing that Ermac did was bring back a whole bunch of returning players who had not been there since the game launched. And he really, honestly, after the Ermac update, I think that was the best state Mortal Kombat 1 has been in besides their launch period. And then unfortunately it fucking fell flat because they fucked it all up with Homelander. So great. That's pretty much my list. Sorry if I don't have all the details and all that. I just wanted to give you guys something to sink your teeth into, something to, you know, while you guys are doing whatever you're doing, if you're practicing your combos, if you're you know, doing homework or anything like that. I wouldn't listen to me while you're doing homework, or if you're on the way back from work, whatever the fuck you're doing. I don't know. I mean, you know, whatever. Leave a like, leave a comment, do a combo on this video, hit a combo on me. Pause. Yeah, pause. Hit a combo on me, like the video, comment, and subscribe, because I want you to stay. I want you to stay, because I don't want you to go nowhere, man. I mean, look at me. There's nobody in here. I mean, it's Sammy. Leave a like for Sammy, right? Everybody loves cats, right? All right, man. I'll see y'all.